Welcome back to the Bison Information Network. I'm Malik Mentzel, joined by Mentzel, and we are here today. The men's face-off against 6th seed South Dakota at 8:30 here in the Premier Center. They went 1-1 during the regular season, so this game should be tough.
Yeah, this game will definitely be tough. Back in January, the Bison defeated the Coyotes at home by a score of 73-61. The Bison were actually down by 8 at halftime in this game. Yeah. However, a second half with 48 points and an 11-0 run helped secure the victory in that game. And then meanwhile, in the game in Vermilion back in February, the Bison lost 71-62. The Bison struggled on offense the entire game, only shooting 39% in the entire game. And then it seems like USD has been able to keep the Bison offense in check for most of the time. It seemed like, in the first half of the game back in Fargo, the offense was struggling, and then in the entire game in Vermilion, the offense couldn't get much of anything going.
Yep, in this arena here, it's going to be tough environment. We all know it's either full of blue or full of red, and tonight it's going to be most likely full of red.
Yeah, it's not just the USD fans, so you have to worry about the NDSU fans are going to be here as well.
That too, and to get us some players for the Bison on this team to look out for, and this is probably obvious, Grant Nelson, forward, who plays like a guard, 6'11", pure scorer. He can give it to you anyway, on the court. Next, Bowden Scumberg, pure shooter. I believe he's 49% this season so far. Another guy, we got to go back to Grant Nelson. He was first team All-Summit, and Bowden Scumberg was honorable mention. So we got some guys on this team.
And USD also has a lot of players to look at as well. Cruz Perro Hunt, he is the team's leading scorer with 412 points, and he scored 26 points in the game back in Fargo. Now, meanwhile, the second leading scorer on the Coyotes, Tassos Kamateros, big number 34, though. Yep. He has 377 points on the season, and he scored 23 points in the game in Vermilion. And then meanwhile, AJ Pitsuate, the team's third leading scorer with 322 points, and the Bison did a great job of containing him in both games. He only had 14 points combined in both of the games. Now, he also has been dealing with a knee injury this entire season, which has kind of hampered him. Yeah. But still, he's still a big player on that team.
Definitely. I'd say the keys to this game, one of them for sure, is to stay consistent with defense the whole entire game. We saw that with Western Illinois. They were good defensively in that first half, and then got in the hi-hat and let Western Illinois come back. You got to be consistent the whole way, especially if you're going to beat a team like USD.
Yep, and the second key to this game, stick to the script. Don't change up your plans in the second half just because you're either leading or losing. You got to stay to the plan, or otherwise, things could change. You start playing hero balls.
Definitely,
you mentioned
that's when just shooting. Yep. Shooting comes into play.
And that could be a big problem for this team. And then finally, don't be content. We saw this in the Western Illinois game. They get content with a 16-point lead and then kind of starts to waver in the second half. They cannot afford that today, especially considering that in both games against USD this year, they struggled in the first half. So they cannot afford to be content tonight.
Definitely. Do not let up a lead, especially in this environment. People know in this arena anything can happen. So we'll see if the Bison can pull it up tonight.
And if they fall behind, too, it's easy for emotions to get in the way as well. They also can't let the emotions get in the way.
Yeah, and we got to talk about how this is a young team, too. Some returning guys with Grant and Bowden are pretty much the only people that have experience in this arena. Players like Damari Wheeler and Jakari, they don't know what this atmosphere is like. So do you think that's going to play a part?
You also have a bunch of bench guys, too, like Jalen Waddles and Sam Rostrider. Yeah, this is going to play a huge part. Although South Dakota does have a lot of players who also don't have experience here, so this could be very interesting. Two young, hungry teams that don't have a lot of experience here, but they want this win very badly, and the winner goes on to play second-seeded South Dakota State tomorrow night.
Yep. We'll catch you guys at halftime. Let's see if NDSU can overcome USD in the quarterfinals tonight. Stay tuned.